Making In-Course Corrections Based on Learners' Needs by Michelle Hennings. The objectives of this presentation include revisiting the course theory and design, as well as some of its engagements, impact and results on employee training, learner performance, identifying instructional gaps and barriers, and presenting possible solutions to improve course design and increase learner performance. I'd like to begin by providing a basic overview of the course, establishing customer relations during computer setup. A lengthy title, I know, but this course really was designed based on the specific feedback from our customers that our technicians were not exhibiting the high expectations and standards during their computer setup experience that they normally expect from us. So, this module is meant to teach basic customer service skills during the computer setup. This course follows a brain-based learning theory and understanding by design methodology. At its core, this course values the diversity from our staff and aims to understand some of the challenges of our reality as technicians in our field and help them overcome them. The information is chunked into short units. It includes authentic, real-world assessments that are scenario-based to promote a high rate of transfer into the work environment. Some of the engagements include independent activities combined with small group work and collaboration, which is also an important skill to our team. Lastly, following the understanding by design approach, there are clear learning objectives defined and activities and assessments to support our learners in reaching them. So, who are our learners? We have about 15 employees complete computer setups. This is the course's intended audience. They range in age from late adolescence to middle adulthood. Why is this important? Well, we know adult learners are busy. They have families, school, full-time jobs. Their time is very valuable to them. Therefore, this course includes some flexibility for when the learners are able to access materials, and each unit follows an objective, so there is no extraneous information, resulting in time wasted. While our institution prides itself on diversity, this group of learners has commonalities as well. Everyone is college educated, but with varying degrees. This shows us that there are certain professional as well as personal strengths to each individual. Lastly, they obviously possess a repertoire of technology skills. Now that you're up to speed, let's talk about learner performance so we can analyze what course improvements need to be made to this course for every learner to be successful. And it's important that we do this now, halfway through the course, so we can make an impact on this group of learners. This type of formative evaluation and performance assessment makes us question, how are we doing? Rather than the past tense of how did we do, which by then is clearly too late for our learners now. All right, the results are in. Overall, this course has made a positive impact on the customer service satisfaction survey released to each customer after a computer setup. As you can see, in February, we had 8 very satisfied responses, and as of April, that has almost doubled. Furthermore, this month we've had 0 unsatisfied customers. This doesn't mean we've done our job, and we should quit teaching and coaching our employees, because there's always room for growth. After analyzing customer feedback and learner performance, we've identified a few students that could use some additional support. By adding these improvements into the course now, we can hold everyone to the same high standard and provide a more equitable training. Let's examine 2 such learners. It's important to note that all of our employees possess some great skills. And this is, after all, why we hired them. So we want to keep that in mind while analyzing their performance and do our best to incorporate them into course corrections. Learner 1. This learner is an extremely hard worker and smart. One of their greatest strengths, based on a Strength Finder evaluation, is intellection. They have worked within this institution for over 10 years. Many people consider this person a subject matter expert when it comes to statistical softwares. Despite these book smarts, Learner 1 appears to be struggling. The majority of the assessments that this individual completes are turned in late, and some are not turned in at all. The time it takes Learner 1 to complete assignments is excessive, indicating it is too difficult. Yet, this person never asks for help. During discussions, they tend to rely heavily on references from the course readings, but contribute very little of their own ideas or experiences to the post. A student self-reflection sent out as a brief short answer and multiple choice form shed some more light on Learner 1's reason for their low performance. They admitted that they often are confused by the assignment directions. This individual has received instances of poor customer service feedback results in the past, leaving them feeling embarrassed and overwhelmed by the improvements they must make. Furthermore, this learner lacks confidence in their work and feels they have little to contribute to group projects. Learner 2 is a new addition to this institution and recently joined us from another country. They are always getting positive feedback from our customers. They find this person to be very empathetic and understanding. This strength is evident in group projects because they are always positive and encouraging of others' ideas. However, this individual does poorly on multiple choice tests. They take many attempts to complete activities. While we believe they have a lot to teach us and their peers about building empathy with our customers, unfortunately, they never contribute to discussion posts. After analyzing this individual's wrong answers, it was found that many of the questions missed involved lengthy scenarios and a lot of reading. It was suspected this learner struggled with reading long passages in English. This thought was confirmed by the instructor when they reached out to this person in an email. Learner 2 has only been studying English for 1 year. When questioned about how this person likes to show what they know, they responded that they have an easier time conveying things through music and art. Reading and writing in English is challenging for this person and adds a barrier. It's unnecessary. After all, this course teaches customer service, not English. How can we fix these issues identified before these learners fall behind and improve the course's effectiveness overall? Learner 1 mentioned they have a difficult time with assignment instructions. One way we can make the assignments more clear is by providing a scoring rubric. Rubrics are the essential characteristics of good performance on a task. These characteristics are the criteria by which we judge student performance. They can also help set expectations for the learner. We could even incorporate examples of high and low quality work from previous groups of learners, accompanied by a scored rubric for comparison. I also propose that we set quick weekly check-ins via email with each student to increase teacher-to-student contact. Promoting interaction leads to learner satisfaction by promoting instructor immediacy, social presence, and community in online classrooms. We already do a great job communicating in announcements, but that is a one-sided conversation. Think about Learner 1, who feels too overwhelmed or embarrassed to ask for help. This individual is not going to extend themselves and comment on a group announcement. They may, however, open up in a private email, especially after that relationship is built. Another simple change that we can make to eliminate a problematic barrier for our students is replace the lengthy text scenario questions with animated videos, or accompany the text with audio. These text questions are not accurately measuring what our students know, because some of them are unable to access the information to begin with. In addition, assessment analysis should occur within 24 hours of each assessment deadline. During the analysis, we could use some of the embedded tools in Canvas to analyze the data and revise, replace, or remove questions that are frequently missed. As you remember, another issue from the course was limited participation in discussion boards. And when some learners participated, they felt unconfident about their contributions. Our learners have different strengths and weaknesses in how they learn. Therefore, they are also different in how they best demonstrate what they know and have learned. Thus, it is recommended that multiple and varied assessments be used. Looking ahead to the final discussion post, in which the learner must create a checklist of a computer setup, we should consider making this more of an open-ended presentation. By broadening the guidelines for the assessment, we can increase learning and hit on each of our learners' multiple intelligences. Learner 1, for example, might choose to create an instructional manual, while Learner 2 might compose a song. The clearly written learning objectives and rubrics can ensure students are still meeting learning objectives with this flexible option. We have now conducted a midpoint course evaluation. Qualitative and quantitative analysis of student data has shown us that some improvements must be made to increase learner performance and course success. The modifications I propose include rubrics, increase teacher-to-student contact, vary the methods by which our students perceive information, and added greater flexibility to assessments. Here is a complete list of references used in this presentation. All the images used are courtesy of Pixabay and are released under Creative Commons.